Hello, students. Today is a special podcast. Special because you have read already in the caption that today we are hosting a university from Sweden, Karlstad University. International representatives have come to India to meet students. So I thought it's an opportunity to bring them to our podcast and share all the information with students who can't attend this session virtually on Zoom or personally in our New Delhi head office. So let's welcome Ms. Sarah from the university. Sarah, thank you for joining me for this podcast.
Thank you so much for having us.
Great. So basically, we are talking about studying in Sweden for many, many years. Your university is also accepting students from India. I think the first discussion in this next 15 minutes, I would like to know more about Sweden and the university. So my questions are basically very practical. I've got a lot of questions students have already sent me in advance. My team has been talking to a lot of students. What do you want to hear with this in this podcast? So when it comes to studying Sweden, a lot of people are going to Europe for different countries. Why should I, as an international student from India, see Sweden as my study destination? What do you have to say on that?
So basically, I don't know how much your students know about Sweden or not. Like some of your students might not even know that we're not the same country as Switzerland, like many confuse our countries. But
True.
just for the basics, so Sweden is located in the northern part of Europe. And we're part of Scandinavia together with Denmark and Norway. And Sweden is a large country by size, but we have not the biggest population. So you have lots of space, completely surrounded by nature. And we're known for having a very high quality education system. And we're also known for things like sustainability, innovation, quality of life. So Sweden is a great place to live and a great place to study. And for example, Karlstad University, we are a middle-sized city in Sweden. And we will offer more like a personal student experience, maybe than some of the bigger cities.
When we could talk about Sweden, a lot of people, in India, we hear a lot of articles every now and then about Sweden putting a benchmark on working hours, right? I mean, it used to be 5 days working hours. Of course, it's being followed in Sweden for quite some time now. But there were discussion going on making 4 days a week. I believe this was the discussion in Sweden, which came to India also. So do you have 4 days working week or do you have 5 days working week?
So, yeah, that's correct. So in Sweden, we really believe in work-life balance and quality of life. And we believe that there should be time for both studies, if you're a student, and also your personal life and hobbies. So a balance is very important for us. There are some employers that have put in place a 4-day working week.
Okay.
It's not the standard. Right now, we have 5 days working week, 40 hours per week.
Okay.
But we have things like flex time. So your employer will give you the freedom to come and go kind of as you want.
Okay.
We have lots of vacation time and other work benefits.
So basically, when you decrease the number of hours, how do you manage the productivity, in terms of, because, 4 days means that you have one more day less. So how it's on a testing phase right now? Is majority of the employees you're talking about, they have gone on this phase now?
Yeah. So it's they're testing it as a pilot at some workplaces, and they have found that it won't, lessen your productivity. And this will, work out in the end, but it's not enrolled largely like in Sweden. But we continuously have these quality of life improvements in Sweden, and we have strong workers' rights, and a lot of progressive initiatives are done to improve quality and life and workers' rights, and it's all a balance, right? But we play hard and we work hard.
Right.
So it's there's time for both.
So basically, when you have come to Delhi first time, you come to India first time actually, and we have a very bad AQI. The air quality is very bad here. I mean, I'm going to talk about the practical things, in Sweden, because I think when somebody choose a higher destination, they also choose a destination with the higher education. So the quality of, the life in Sweden, let's talk about that first now. Sir, after work-life balance, I think you have explained it very clearly that why Sweden become a favorite destination for students, because I think in the end of the day, after the education, people want to have a great life, right? And within the Scandinavia, Sweden is coming up as a destination where people see living there for long term. So this is the one first reason, as you said, they're going into the culture of 4 days, if not fully completely, at least they started thinking on that way, Coming to the medical part, because if I'm a student, I'm coming to Sweden, I want to know about my medical expenses. So in my research, it says that the international students, are also covered medically by the national health insurance. How true is it, and how does it works?
Yeah, so you are covered. Firstly, as a student, you're covered by the university provided insurance.
Okay.
And secondly, you will be covered by the national healthcare program, which is the Swedish government will provide healthcare
Okay.
for affordable prices for all residents in Sweden.
Okay. Right. So, is this only for me, or let's suppose say I'm coming with my family, because Sweden also allow students to bring their family to Sweden. Like my dependent wife can come in, my kids can come in. So, are you going to cover only me as a student, or my family as well in the medical insurance?
So the university provided insurance is for students only.
Okay.
But the healthcare program in Sweden will also include your family members if you bring your wife or children. So they are covered by that.
Okay. So just to make it more clear for my audience, when we say health insurance is covered, which means I am paying you my tuition fee, you getting me admission, I come to Sweden taking the TRP card or visa, we can call it also, and I land in Sweden. And after landing, I have to have my local identification number, which you call it personal number, right? Once I have that personal number, only then I will be covered and my family will be covered in your health insurance system, right?
Yes.
Okay. So for 1 year program, Sweden, if you have a 1 year program, for any program is less than 1 year, the website says that you do not get personal number. Now, I always tell people to go for a 2 year program or 3 year program, because then you have a personal number also. And then only you get covered with the medical cover also come with that, and education facility for your kids also come with that. So if I don't have a personal number, am I allowed to work in Sweden?
Yeah, it's a great question. So in Sweden, how it works is that every person in Sweden have a unique personal identification number, which is called personnummer in Swedish, personal identity number. And this will give you access to everything in
Like
Sweden.
We have Aadhaar card in India. We also have a personal identification number.
Mhm.
We call it Aadhaar card. It's our one identity card we have in India with a number. So I believe your personal number is
the same. Yeah, it will be the same in Sweden.
National ID.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to qualify for a personal identity number, this is will grant you access to everything.
Okay.
You have to have a residence permit for more than 1 year.
Okay.
So if you study a 1 year program, you won't qualify for the personal number. You can get something called coordination number. But
Coordination number.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not exactly the same.
The word itself is coordination, which means coordinate between the departments, I would say, I can say that way. So when you have this coordination number, I mean, so let's suppose there are students who are coming to your university for 1 semester also. There are students who are coming for 1 year master also. And 1 year masters comes actually in this 13 months of the guideline. So when the student comes here, they get the TRP, they join the university. Then this coordination number has to come from where exactly? It's from the commune office, or is from
it's with the local Swedish tax office.
Okay.
So that's where you apply for your number.
Okay.
But then you have to prove what's your like how's your permit status here in Sweden? And then, for example, if you're only accepted to a 1-year master program,
Okay.
they will come back and say, well, you don't qualify for the full personal number,
Okay.
Can give you this coordination number, but it's not the full access.
So coordination number is good for me to go to an employer and do a job and give them my coordination number so they can put my tax there, right? So it's like a tax number for me.
Yeah.
So I want to clarify for my audience, because a lot of students get a lot of different information, because today we have an opportunity, you are here. So student will not have an access to the medical system, number one, because they have only coordination number. Number two, the medical after medical, when the education come for kids, the schooling comes in, they also don't have access to that as well, because they are only on the coordination number. Am I right on this?
Mm-hmm.
So which means that students should always try to go for a 2-year master's degree program or a 3-year bachelor degree program to basically enjoy all the benefits of Sweden for international students. Is it a correct statement?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, right. So when we talk about schooling now, so we talk about the work-life balance, we talk about the medical also. Now coming to the education also, because why I'm talking these words, because there are a lot of students who are mature students who decide to leave India because they understand that they want to do something else in life. So at the age of 30, 35, we see a lot of adult students coming in who are married, and they have questions about, okay, if I decide to go to Sweden, Finland, Denmark, a great Scandinavian countries, great European countries, the other basic practical question they ask us. So let's suppose, say I decide to go, I get admission to your university, and I have a master degree program for 2 years. I'm coming with my wife, and my wife can also work full time, I believe. She's also allowed to work.
Yeah.
They don't need any specific permissions.
No, so they will you add your family members as co-applicant
Okay.
on your student residence permit.
Okay.
And then they will have the same access to everything in Sweden as you do.
Before I go into the kids' education, I have another question. So as a student, how many hours am I allowed to work in Sweden?
As of now, right now, you can work unlimited.
Okay.
We do have, some immigration law changes coming up. So I wouldn't say for what it looks like.
As if on November 2025, the statement is correct. But I'm sure you already mentioned it. It's coming up soon. So I'm sure anybody who's watching this video in 2026, 27, 28, whenever, the rules are as of November 25, they can work as many as hours they want, keeping in mind they're not damaging their education commitment. They have an obligation to study as well.
Yeah. So we want to clarify that students, of course, should prioritize
Very true.
Succeeding with their academics
True.
studies, and it's all like a balancing act. Like you have the accountability. You need to be able to keep up and succeed in your studies. But if you want to do part-time work, of course, that's possible.
Okay. As an international student, I don't speak Swedish language, and I get admission to your university. You are living there for some time now in university. Do you see there are jobs for people like me who come and study with you but speak English language only, and they can find some kind of jobs to manage the basic expenses in Sweden? Are there jobs in your city?
Yeah, so firstly, like key to jobs in Sweden is really knowing the language, I would say. So like I really encourage my international students to don't underestimate the importance of knowing just a little bit of Swedish. So like I would encourage my students to quickly enroll in Swedish classes. Like, so we offer free Swedish lessons.
Oh,
it's through it's through the municipality. So like most of my students are already in Swedish class, and we have like Swedish cafe or Swedish language cafes at the university, so you can practice. But so like even knowing a little will like give you an advantage later if you're looking to start your professional career.
Okay.
So yeah, and finding a job might work different than from here.
Okay.
So like in Sweden, it's either about contacts and like getting that, foot in the door. So what a lot of students will do is to like really utilize these opportunities we have in our programs, where you will do work with the company collaborations, like you have real world cases or practical assignments, things like that. So you will encounter companies throughout your studies and just utilize those opportunities and really show off yourself.
Okay.
Because having a reference in Sweden is very important. So we're very like heavily leaning on the reference because we have very strong worker rights in Sweden. Employers also want to really do the research, like who are we hiring here? So if you're coming as an international student, you wouldn't have a reference in Sweden. So I would say like use that like, when you work with a company on a project, like use that as your reference, or you're doing your thesis in close collaboration with a company, then that would be a good reference for you to use.
Doing more internships is going to be the key to build up your career in Sweden, because then this is how you can build up your references. But also, I'm talking about the student jobs, the odd jobs, because when students land in, I will not expect any student, maybe one person student can get into an office job, or a company job. I'm talking about the student jobs, which is like, cafeterias, delivery jobs, newspaper deliveries, this has been, a lot of students do these jobs for the initial days. So these jobs are available in the city as well. I mean, there are international students who are working here as well.
Yeah, like, so, for delivery jobs and like that kind of, restaurant industry, yes, of course, I would say.
For that, you don't need Swedish language.
No.
Oh, okay. I believe Swedes are pretty good on English levels, because this is my personal experience. Because Sweden, Denmark, Netherlands are the few countries I always tell people that you can survive in these countries even without language if you want to. Of course, we don't recommend that, as you already mentioned it. But English is not a problem. Every next Swede speak English.
Yes.
Is a true statement, right?
English is widely spoken and close to everyone would understand and speak English. So it wouldn't even be necessary for you to even learn the language to navigate everyday life.
Yeah.
But of course, I highly recommend
Oh,
it.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think I'll say you 100% correct that if you want to have a good job post your master's degree or your bachelor's degree, you need to learn Swedish. You don't do that, doesn't matter which European country you go. If you're not learning that language, it is going to be difficult unless you're an IT worker, and you may be able to survive into IT sector because of the demand and the not requirements. But other than that, language is very important. You mentioned a few minutes back the free language courses we give via Commune. Now, this is the tradition in entire Europe, entire Scandinavia, Denmark and Finland, Sweden, Norway. Commune give the local language classes for the integration of the individual so that they can integrate with the society. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the main model.
That's
right?
correct.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, up to what level they give you? Because you have 6 levels, from A1 to C2. So, up to what level they give you this free classes?
So I believe it's up to upper secondary Swedish school. Like you can go the whole way, basically.
Yeah. So technically, I can start learning from A1, A1, and then go up to C1 to C2, which is the highest level.
So they have like different classes depending on your educational background.
Okay.
So they have students starting from, they're 0, like I can't read till we have students coming from, higher education from their home country. They will be put in a special class. So it's more.
Great. So technically this is available and it's also free because the government is paying for it. Technically speaking, not the university, the government paying for it.
This is the government provided.
Yes. So free language classes, free medical, work-life balance, good opportunities to work in different companies, of course, to learn languages in there. Next thing comes is students' education. So my kids are coming with me and they don't, let's say one of the kids is 7 years old, other is 12 years old. Now they want to go into the education. I believe they can go to Swedish school. So do you have English schools as well, or do you have only Swedish schools, public schools?
So in Sweden, how it's organized is like mostly it's public schools.
Okay.
Public schools in Sweden are considered the standard and they're very good quality. So I know it can be different in other countries.
Very true.
We also have private schools in Sweden, and where we have specialized schools where, for example, the English school. So there will be everything in English. So there are both. And
Very expensive ones.
no, it's free.
Oh, they
So
are free.
all education in Sweden is free
Wow.
for children.
Okay.
So you can choose your school. The normal thing is that the first choice would be the district where you live.
Okay.
That will be your school, but
Okay.
you have the option to choose whatever school you want.
Okay.
So even if you're not happy with the current school, you can always change, or you can go to a private school.
Oh, great. And every city has this culture.
Yeah.
So in yours, because you are in your city, you have schools which are purely English and also the Swedish. So I can choose where to send them. And I just want to repeat again, and this schooling will be free of cost.
Yes.
It's covered because I'm a student of your university, and I have a temporary resident permit card, and my wife has it and my kids have it on my behalf. So they get access to free education also.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for example, with the English school, maybe we won't have it for, grade 1 or so that maybe that will be more for kids from the age of 10 and older. But if you don't speak the language, it will be put in a public school and it will be adapted to for you to.
I normally give one statement to my audience. You can correct me if I'm wrong or correct, because I really want that test for me as well. I always tell them, when you go to Scandinavian countries, you go to the schools, they will put your kids, let's suppose say I'm in grade 7 and my child is in grade 7, they'll put you in grade 6 maybe, most likely, just, go on the lower side, and they will ask you to, train the child for the first year on the language first, provided you're not going to a completely English school. So you have to give the first year of your child into the language so they can integrate with the other students studying in the public school. And that is how it's a 1-year break comes in for a kid. And I've seen with a lot of parents doing it. Am I correct in this way?
Yeah, that's correct.
So they will learn Swedish language, and then the second year they'll go into the main classroom. So 1-year gap has to, not a gap, I would say, 1-year language focus has to come in for that kid so that they can learn Swedish language and go to the classroom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Keeping in mind they're going to the normal Swedish school, which actually teach in Swedish and English both. Okay. So education is free. With one tuition fee, I'm getting so many opportunities. So today, I think you have given us a lot of information about these things. When I finish my education, how is the job market? European job market is very demanding. Everybody is seeing these days. Europeans have a problem with the skilled labor. Is Sweden also going through the same phase right now?
Yeah, so a lot of talents are needed in Sweden.
Okay.
We need close to 30,000 tech workers within the next 10 years.
Okay.
So IT and tech, it's a huge market. Industry, we need a lot of skilled labor there as well. So yeah, we definitely need a lot of talents.
Okay. So when I said talent, you mean people who actually can be absorbed in the current market where you need very high skills. Right. This. Let me make it very clear, because every time when I talk to universities, everybody says Germany needs talent, Finnish need talent, Denmark need talent. There are a lot of job opportunities available. But when I speak to students, they say I'm not getting jobs. So there's a gap between these discussions and actual reality. I think I want to be very, very clear about it. So I personally tell my students that the skill set they're looking for is not a general skill set. They're looking for refined skills, so that they can engage student in the job industry. So how important it is for students just to come and do a degree with you, or they have to do upskilling as well? How do you see this thing whole?
Yeah, so I think that's a great question, because the expectation is that you you will be in a junior position, like when you first graduate, and to really secure a job, you would need to be very active during your student time to make those company connections, to network, to show yourself when you get the opportunity, to interact with surrounding industry. For example, I'll just give you an example. We have the new program, Data-Driven Mechanical Engineering at Karlstad University. And we have an advisory board of 5 local companies. They will support our students with opportunities to do projects with them, summer jobs. You will do maybe your thesis work with them. And that will be a great way for you to get into the professional career path and to secure a job after graduation. But you do really need to be active and to network. It's very important in Sweden. And so the employer will know you. So because they will feel hesitant, like to just, like if you just apply when a position is advertised, you're just like a number, you're like one of everyone else. And especially if you don't have a reference from Sweden, maybe the employer will be even more hesitant. But if you have really been active during your student time and you made the connections, you have some reference to show for, you'll be more competitive.
Right.
And especially if you already networked with the company, because they are looking to hire someone that they have worked with for a longer time period.
Okay.
You will know their needs and the specifics of that industry. So, yeah.
I think a very open mindset, a very networking mindset is the candidate Swedish employers are looking at. To make it in a nutshell, I would say this is the statement. They're looking for people, who are more extrovert, I would say, who are more into networking with people. And because this is what we see a lot of time missing in Indian workforce as well. So I think the opportunities are there. Student has to explore it.
Yes.
My time doesn't allow me to spend more time with you. Otherwise, I would have asked more questions. I have Jival coming for the admission. So we have to wrap up this discussion here. But thank you so much for giving all this information. It's very useful information for students. And I'm sure students who are listening to this conversation will definitely now do a research in a better way to find a better career in Sweden. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Students, now we have invited Mr. Jival from admission office. You just heard Sarah talking about, why study in Sweden. And now Jival is going to talk about why university and admission requirements and all the practical matters. Because after learning about Sweden, I'm sure some of you want to know more about the second phase, which is why should I choose Karlstad University as my study destination and how can I get into the program. So let me invite Mr. Joel from the admission office. Joel, thank you for joining me for the session. Let's talk.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. So we just heard Sarah talking about why Sweden, and she gave a lot of information, a lot of deep information about why an individual should choose Sweden as their destination with the practical matters. Now, I'm sure some of the students want to know more about university because they've learned about Sweden. Why should I choose Karlstad? That's going to be my simple and easy question for you.
Karlstad is a great choice if you're looking for, I mean, Indian students will be looking for something different, I suppose, from what they are able to choose from here. So we're in a smaller city in the heart of Scandinavia. You have everything close by, very familiar. Then, of course, you're wondering, why should I pick Karlstad?
Yes.
We're a young university.
Okay.
It's a modern university with a very nice location. Our university buildings are very beautiful. But it's all really about what am I supposed to study and why should I pick studying at our university. Our university has very great local business companies that we collaborate a lot with.
Okay.
So our local communities are very integrated with the university. The university plays a huge part in our regional supply of the future employers, employees, and it has a great role in attracting businesses to Karlstad. So the whole region sees the university as their attraction point, and being part of that means also being part of the future. So choosing Karlstad means that you will be part of something that you can change both locally but also internationally as well, because we have lots of international cooperation. We send students into world-leading positions. So, yeah,
Okay.
picking Karlstad is a great choice for that.
Okay. Before we go any further into admissions, let's have a quick, small rapid round. And I call it rapid round because there's going to be questions coming very quickly for you. Are you public? Are you private?
Public.
Okay. When we talk about the tuition fee at the public universities in Sweden, tuition fee is there for international student or is free?
There is a tuition fee for international students.
Average student has to pay per semester tuition fee of what price range in talking about euros, if you can tell me?
So the range is between 5,000 and 8,000 euros, depending on what topic. Computer science and tech is a little bit more expensive. Business administration is a little bit cheaper.
Okay.
But per semester, 5,000.
Do you charge tuition fee per year, per semester?
Per semester.
Can student pay per year altogether, or you only will charge them only one semester?
We do prepare the invoices for all semesters, but we only require them to pay for each individual semester, but they can pay for the full.
Great. Do you have housing for international students?
Yes.
And how much is going to be cost for the housing if I'm an international student coming to live in Sweden at your university housing in a shared accommodation? How much money in euros per month I have to pay?
I would say somewhere around 400 euros per month.
Okay.
And that would cover everything in the housing.
When you say everything, you mean everything minus the food?
Minus the food. Usually you will also have to provide your own internet connection as well.
Okay, so my water, heating, literally internet not included, but everything else is included.
Yeah.
Great. So if I take the housing from the university, can I also, if I have a house for two people, can I also live with my partner? My wife can come and live there as well. Am I allowed?
Yep. The university doesn't own the housing. It's a local housing authority.
Okay.
But with our connections, we help all the students finding appropriate housing for their needs.
Okay.
So if you're coming with your family, we try to put you in a larger housing, of course.
Okay.
And so that your children can fit.
So students have housing help from you. And if your housing is full, you will also help them to find housing outside your housing community.
Yes.
Great. When it comes to students, from international students, they come and they sometimes get lost because of the culture shock. They are new city. Do you have some local community groups by nationalities who help students to in the first few days, like a buddy system? In many universities do buddy system.
Yes, of course. So we do have a great host program. So we connect students with Swedish families, so that we can introduce our new arriving students with local families to show them the customs, take them on different celebrations. We go on trips. And of course, we also have a buddy system at the university and an introduction program. So second year or third year students, they will guide the new students in all types of activities. Then of course we have like this introduction program, and we have an app that we let the students connect with early on. So they are connecting with our current students even before they arrive in Karlstad, and they can ask all questions of how do I find a winter jacket for the cold, or how can I find a second hand marketplace, or where can I get a bike? All these types of questions, they can start early on. They have the buddy system, and then they will be connected to the university.
Great. When the student comes to the campus, you have a canteen, in the campus. Is the food on a subsidy rate for students, or they have to pay like any local?
they will have to pay like most local. Usually, all canteens they have prices that reflect that we are at a university.
Okay.
So they're usually food options. A lot of Swedish people they always bring food with them from home.
Okay.
And we have microwaves everywhere.
Okay.
So a lot of students they bring food with them.
Okay. And they bring food from the home. And a lot of students prefer to not purchase from canteen,
Yeah.
rather bring from home.
Yeah.
Is it in the culture or is it only in your university?
No, I think that's a quite Swedish thing
Okay.
that we cook at home and that we bring.
Something we have in common with India. I mean, this is what we do.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think like even the everybody who's employed, I bring my food to work.
Okay.
I microwave it and we sit in the canteen together to eat into lunch because it's both social, but also it's practical.
True. True. So basically, students who are coming to your university and they're looking at Karlstad University, they also look at job opportunities as soon as they finish the education. So once I finish my education in Sweden, am I allowed to stay back? Do we have stay back visa?
Yes. So at the end of your program, you can apply for an extension of your visa for up to a year to search for jobs.
Okay.
But of course, you have to start this process before your current visa expires, of course. But yes.
Bachelor and masters both can apply?
Yes.
Okay. So that was some information facts about the university. Let's come on to the admission point of view, because I think people have got the information about the country, why university, and basic facts we've already spoken about. Let's go on to the admission point of view. The admission deadline, it says 15th of January for the first round. So if I apply before 15th of January, am I eligible for scholarship application also? Do you give scholarships?
We do have scholarship opportunities. For our master programs, we have a scholarship called Cow Global Scholarship, which applies to Indian students.
Okay.
It covers half of the tuition, so it's not full coverage.
Okay.
We also have a scholarship for our bachelor program, International.
Okay.
And same there, it covers half of the tuition fees.
Okay. For the admission, the student has to apply by 15th of January for the coming session, which is now September 2026. I believe August 2026, basically. You start in August or September?
So it's usually August, September, like the last Monday in August or the first Monday in September, depending on the year.
So let's say September intake, student has to apply by 15th of January. I think it's 12 o'clock when the last deadline is
midnight.
Midnight. So it's a national system. It's controlled by National Education Ministry, control the whole admission entrance exam to the universities.
So the deadlines are the same for universities.
Okay. So let's say if I apply on 16th, and not the 15th, can I make the application?
So if your application comes in late after the application deadline, a lot of programs will still be open.
Okay.
It will be considered as a late application. So first, once we've done the admissions for the applications in time, we will look into the late applicants also. So if you're watching this like after or say, okay, I missed the deadline, you can still apply for a lot of programs.
Okay.
The thing is that the later you get your admission notice, that might give you some less time to fix all the other things that you need. So we do encourage students to apply on time.
Okay. With my experience with Sweden, I'm going to say some things and then you can then validate my statements. If I apply before 15th, by law, I'm applied under deadline, which means all Swedish universities are obliged to process my application first.
Yes.
Once I apply, the ones who applied on 16th, they would be under the second deadline, the late application, which can go up till I think April.
Yeah.
So once you have given the admissions to the students who applied till 15th, once they get the offers on the main program, because I know every university says we have some program left, but let's say the full menu is not available.
Yeah.
First thing, right? Scholarship is gone.
Scholarships are gone.
Second thing, the full menu is not available. So even if I'm putting on 16th, I want to start, let's suppose, a mechanical program, and your mechanical might be full. You might offer me something else related to mechanical, but not exactly my program, which means I have to compromise on my program. So applying before 15th of January is super important.
Yes, and we do offer some programs late, but we're still waiting on the replies for the students that applied early, because they have different deadlines for the following things that they have to do.
Okay.
And they might resend their offer late, so that means you can get an offer, but it's even later than that.
Absolutely. So once I apply in January, I have to upload my documents by February the 2nd.
Yes. So if you uploaded everything if you made your application on time, you have until the 2nd of February to upload your documents and pay the application fee.
Great. Students, please make sure, if you want to study in Sweden, 2 deadlines are super, super important. 1, 15 January midnight, you have to make the applications for any university. Doesn't matter it's a bigger university or smaller university. Second is 2nd of February. Before that, all your document has to be uploaded, because after that, those documents will not be accepted, I believe, under the first deadline. You can still upload it, but it will be considered as late application only.
Yes.
Right? Which means that student has to wait till April, because in April, the results comes out for the first deadline.
Yeah.
So you have got 15 January to early April. I believe the result comes on...
actually, this year, I think it will be coming in end of March.
End of March. So let's say end of March this comes in, and April, the student can start accepting the offers.
Yeah.
And students can pay one application fee and apply to multiple universities, multiple programs, and they can choose which university is their first priority. So if I, as a student, choose you as my first priority, you will also choose me as one of your first priorities as a student. Is it something like that?
Not really, because all universities, they do the selection based on their own criteria, but most of them, they do try to match the selection based on your previous studies. So for our master program students, we will look into their academic studies, we will look into the courses they have selected and try to find the best match.
Okay.
And for bachelor studies, it's usually based on your GPA. So even if you have us selected in your fourth as a choice, we will do the selection based on the GPA. So we want the students with the most qualification.
Bachelor is mostly in GPA, and master's is based on
academic studies.
Okay, so basically, if you have, and you also take in consideration on experiences, do you give the maximum some points to experiences, or you say I will only focus on your relevant education?
We use the work experience to see if they qualify for the program, but when we do the selection process, it's based only on the academic.
Okay, when you say academic, you are not seeing the GPA first. You're seeing what is my relevancy to the program.
Yes.
Because in Sweden, I believe every program some program you need to be a relevant education, and some are open to anybody, any bachelors.
That is.
So I think this is what the students are very confusing, because they have to know that which program to apply for, because sometimes an engineering student can do a business program in a specific university because that program is open to all. Whereas majority of the Swedish universities do not accept students if they don't have business background.
Yeah, that is correct, because usually we would say that the master studies, they are actually building upon the knowledge that you already have.
Yeah.
So we do require, in most cases, students to have a bachelor in the same field, because now we are applying this to real world challenges. We have the industry collaborations. So the industry partners, they are actually looking for students that already have the basic knowledge of things. So if you're switching between different fields, you will not have the depth that you need always to succeed in all the fields. Then, of course, we do have programs that do want to attract students from different fields, because those students together will then be able to create things that with different perspectives. So it really depends on the program. So the student will have to research what is needed for this specific program that I'm interested in.
Great. So student have uploaded documents. Now he's waiting for his admission. It comes in March end, and then he have to accept the offer. What is the deadline to accept the offer?
So there is not an official acceptance date in the first round, but we do have a deadline for paying the tuition fees,
Okay.
and that will be May 15th.
May 15th.
Yeah.
Okay. So before that, you have to pay. And if you get the offer, I believe you should immediately pay the tuition deadline. You pay the tuition payment and you can rush for your applicant for TRP.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll be late.
As with all things, there's a deadline, but we always encourage everybody to apply early, send your documents early, because that gives us time to actually give a reply. So if you already applied now, you can upload all documents now. That means me and my team, we will have time to review. If you need to upload more documents, you'll get that feedback from us. The same thing goes if you apply, you get your acceptance letter. If you pay the tuition fee early, you have more time to apply for the residence permit.
Absolutely. So the students who actually apply early, of course, they'll be also able to get the resident permit on time.
Yeah.
And they will not see much challenges. Students who will come to us or see this video after 16th of January, they apply from 16th January. They can still apply for 16th January. The portal will be open, correct? They can make an application.
Yeah.
But it's going into the pile of applications and you will only open them when?
If there's spots left, we will continue opening.
Okay, you will continue opening it.
Yeah. But we also have a second application round,
Which is?
which is mostly geared for the Swedish and EU students.
Okay.
Because those admission results won't come until July, which will mean there's not ample time to do the payment of the tuition fees and residence permit. So
Very challenging.
it's very challenging. So we do recommend applying early in the first round.
So 15th I missed. 16th, 17, 18, February, first week, second week, or even March, first week, I have a student. I ask him to make the application. Can they go on university admission portal and make the application?
Yes.
They're allowed to make application.
Once they log into the admission portal, they will see all the options that are still open for late applications. If it's closed, it's closed. But that also means that we cannot accept more students to that program at that time. So.
At that time. So again, we are stuck. So it's like, what is it? It's like what is available, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Because the full menu is gone.
The full menu will be gone.
So I
It's
think
like coming to a buffet at an Indian wedding, and then, of course, after a while, all the good stuff is gone.
Yeah. So I was about to say the buffet, you took my words actually. So I think and then when I apply on 16, 17, and let's suppose say the application is open and there's a seat available, so I can see on the portal that it's open, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I can make the application, and then you will still. When will you consider me into second round on 17th of January, or are you going to consider me in the first round?
If you make a late application, we try to make sure that we handle all the late applicants as soon as possible. Some will be able to get the admission notice in the first round, but most will be handled after the second round has been admitted.
You would only handle me provided you have room in that program, which has been still vacant after 15th. But if your room is full completely, I'm on a second list any which ways.
Some universities do handle all, even and offer your reserve list. We do that.
Okay.
So you might find yourself on a reserve list, and if we have more spots, we will call them. But yes, we do look at all applications, but not all universities do this. So only the ones in time are mandatory for all universities to look at, but
no guarantee, nowhere, nothing happens.
For late.
Yeah, so I think the student, if you're looking at this video after 15 January, still make an application. Contact our counselors. We'll be happy to go to the university. We'll be happy to go to Jewel and take an opinion about it, because I think the best way is to come to you and take an opinion whether we should even launch the application or not. Because if you have over student booking done, let's suppose you have a program in mechanical and you have only 50 seats and you have given 400 admissions already, and I'm 401, there is no way I will be able to make it to the program. So I think, student, if you actually want to go to Sweden post 15th of January, please approach us. We'll talk to each university and try to get the answer whether that being an applicant to the program is worth it or not. Because if there are too many applications already, you will not be able to make it even the second round. It's just waste of your time and energy, right? So I think you can still save on the application fee. With one application fee, I can apply to how many master degree programs?
So if you apply on time, you can apply to 4 master programs.
Okay.
They can be at the same university or different universities. That doesn't matter.
And bachelor's?
And for the bachelor programs, you can apply to 6.
6.
After we have made the selection process, you can add more if you want to make late applications in March, April. But we'll see. Like we said, it's not the full buffet.
Okay. Before 15 January, if I want to apply for 10 master programs, I have to pay two application fees?
Actually can't apply for that many master programs at all, because you can only have one account.
One, and that to 4 limit.
Yes.
6 for bachelors, 4 for masters. Take it or leave it. There's no other option.
Yeah. So you should really prioritize.
Okay.
But then again, if you apply early, send your documents, you can maybe get feedback from the university to say, okay, I'm not qualified for that program. I can change the program before the deadline of the application. So if you apply early, you have more chances and more opportunities.
So like profile checking.
Yes.
Great. So that the students should get to know more answer in advance.
Yeah. There's no guarantee that you get an early assessment, but if you do and upload your documents early, the universities have more opportunities to evaluate if you qualify or not.
Today on 17th of November, if I upload now, do you as a university have an access to check my documents? Can you see that?
We will be able to see the documents directly as soon as you upload them.
Okay.
But then, of course, they have to go through different screening processes and everything.
But you can see it and tell.
Yes. As soon as you apply to our university and have the documents uploaded, that's great. And you can apply with the same documents to all universities.
Absolutely.
You don't have to upload them multiple times.
I think this answer which you're saying, I can see it and I can comment it. You're speaking only for your own university, because it's not a trend. It's not something benchmark for every university will do.
Yeah. Of course, like before all the screening is done, we can't give an assessment based on just what you uploaded. We have to really evaluate everything.
Makes sense.
But we do evaluate them continuously. So you stand a better chance if you do it early. If you do it by the deadline, you won't get an answer until after it's too late to
change the program. Yeah. I think, so students basically have to understand that they have what is the importance of 15th of January in studying in Sweden. So if you want to go to Sweden, this is your time. Yeah. I think this is what we see a lot of students are missing on that. They always come to us. 15th January is too early. A lot of students come to us. One last question before we can come to the end of this discussion. I have a student who's going to pass out in 2026, and I will not have my results ready in my hand, my final results, till 1st of June. Can I apply or I should not apply?
If you're a master's student, you can apply.
Okay.
If you're in your final year of your bachelor's degree, yes, you can apply. We need your documents by the time of the semester when it starts for the final transcript. But if you send in your current study plan, your transcript, and everything that you have now, and the document stating that you're in your final year, yes, we will look into those and give you a provisional acceptance to the program.
So my mark sheet, my last mark sheet of my 8th semester will come actually only in July or June end,
Yeah.
You're okay with that?
Yes. Upload it by mid-August. We'll have time to review it.
Okay.
But yes.
So current year students, master degree students who actually have all the mark sheets, probably some will have their the last one and one before the last by 15 January, and some will not have it.
Yeah.
So if they have 4 years degree, because for master degree program, currently you need a 4-year bachelor degree.
Yes.
Or 3-year bachelor plus 2 years master's.
Yes.
Right? You do not accept 3-year bachelor plus 1 year of diplomas.
So you need to have a 4-year bachelor's degree or a 3-year bachelor's degree with honors. You can do a 3+2. I wouldn't say you can get a 3+1 because you need to have usually 60 credits plus additional credits in an advanced level to get admitted. So 3+2 is accepted.
Great. Joel, thank you so much for the information. My hours are not allowing me for more discussion, but I would love to have this discussion more in detail. But thank you for coming and joining the session. Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.